these are 10 interesting civilian job ideas for ERLC. So do you think any of these will get added? And do you have any job suggestions that you want the developers to add? Let me know in the comments, but drop a like and subscribe if you enjoy. Okay, so if we go over and have a quick look at the jobs inside of ERLC, there are actually so many roleplay jobs, more than you probably realize, especially if you're a new player. The game used to just be about police, fire, and criminals, but over the years, the game has slowly transformed into an overall generic roleplay game, and that begs the question. There's some very, very unusual jobs on here, such as the barbershop, or even the bakery worker, a construction job, a gas depot, a gas worker. You can work at a gas station, you can be a hospital worker. There are a lot of unusual things for an emergency response based game, but I have a few ideas, things they could add that would line up with the map and the game currently. And the first one would actually be being able to work at the jewelry store. So the jewelry store over here, of course, as you know, you can't work in the jewelry store. There is no workable job at the jewelry store. And the thing is, in ERLC, with most jobs, they're not interactive. They aren't interactive at all. The only ones that are really interactive of this entire list are the postal worker, you maybe have the valley transit worker, maybe the garbage collector, the construction job, and maybe the gas depot worker, and that is about it. The rest are purely roleplay based. There's a good mix on this list of some that possibly could be interactive and some that are just normal civilian roleplay jobs. But of course, working in the jewelry store, all you would really do is be able to stand behind here. Maybe you could actually buy some jewelry or something, or maybe buy like a watch or something in the game just to make it a little bit interesting. And maybe you could do that by buying it off someone that's trading at you at the jewelry store. Similar to the gadget shack over here, there is actually a job at the gadget shack, and that's pretty much all you do. You just roleplay selling people phones. There isn't actually anything you can do here. You can't, give anyone anything, or they have to buy it themselves, but you can roleplay selling people a phone. So why not be able to do that at the jewelry store, roleplay selling people a watch or something like that? And you could use this for literally anything. And part of this list was having the tool store and the gun store on here as well. It would be cool if you could actually work there and actually sell people. Thing ever annoyed you inside of ERLC, whether you're trying to chase someone, whether you're just driving normally and someone crashes into you, or anything even similar to that? Well, if it has affected you, you will know it's very, very annoying. However, I have the perfect solution, and it is called GearUP Booster. So this app is completely free to download and is available for thousands of games, and as you can see, all of the games I own show up just here. So in game currently, as you can see, my ping is very, very high, but if we come over here and press boost here to activate it, as you can see, my ping is now much lower, and I even got below 30 ping at one point. So try it out and see how low you can get. Thousands of people use this, and many of your favorite YouTubers will also use it too. And of course, this isn't against the rules of Roblox, and you won't get banned for using it or just trying it out. It's available on PC and mobile, and you can check it out from the description if you want to try it yourself. And especially for the gun store, this could be especially interesting, because what if in private servers you actually had to acquire a gun license to legally purchase a gun? So sort of how we have the driving licenses that you have to kind of show officers and stuff. Maybe if you walked in here and you wanted to buy a gun, a private server can lock it. Maybe that could be an idea. So you can't just come up here and buy it. My idea is you would have to purchase it from someone here, so they had to give you a gun. But in a private server, you could make it, depending on how you want to work your private server, you could make it so that you have to require a license. Maybe they will add like a gun license plate similar to the DMV where you sort out your driver's license. Maybe you could have a gun license and you have to show it to someone to sell you a gun in a private server, and if your gun license is in check, then it will let you purchase a gun, or whoever's working here could give you a gun. I just think that's a little side note, a little cool idea of something they could do, actual physical gun licenses. And then if a police officer shows you or asks you for your license, you don't just have to say like gives or shows in chat. You can actually give them your gun license, just how you do with the driving license. That could be very cool. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And just one more thing as well, similar to the whole idea of roleplay jobs, we'll move on to some interactive jobs later on. There are just a few I'm going to talk about first. Maybe you could have a job at the dealership. To my knowledge, there isn't a dealership employee job, but it would be cool if you could actually work here, roleplay, and then people would come in and say, hey, I want to buy this car, please, the Ford GT. And you could take them into the office and you could discuss prices and things like that. And maybe they could add a bit of a currency system to where you can check how much money someone has. So maybe if you're over here and you want to roleplay, you can be sat here and you can maybe ask for, like, I don't know, some form of document that shows you how much money they have in the game to see if they can actually purchase the car. That's probably a little bit of a far stretch there, but something like that could be pretty cool indeed. I would love to hear your thoughts on that in the comments. And just a couple of other little non-interactive roleplay jobs. We could have some kind of factory worker, a little bit extreme. I'm not going to talk about it too long, but maybe just accessing the warehouses down there. Maybe there's something in there that you can use that could be pretty cool. But now I want to talk about some actual interactive jobs, so you might have to bear with me for a little bit while I talk about some of these. But to start off with, we have one you're probably not expecting, and that is to do with houses. Yes, a real estate job. Now, instead of kind of doing the unrealistic thing you have to do now, where you have to come over here and purchase a house and just purchase on the one you want, maybe they added an actual building, like a real estate shop, or a real estate, whatever you call it. It's not really a shop. You don't just go and buy a house straight up and pay with your credit card, but you know, like a little store, whatever they call it, an estate agents. And you go in and you can see all of the houses that are for sale, and maybe you can buy them or rent them out, and you know, prices are different, and you can see if they have a garage and how many rooms they have. And maybe they have it like displayed on the walls, like the best houses, like this one has a garage, or this one has 4 bedrooms, or whatever it may be. And maybe you could go in and you could actually purchase a house from there and then view it all like on your phone and stuff, instead of just going up to the house and buying it. And a side note onto that, maybe you could actually work with someone as well. Maybe there'd be someone in there that can have the keys to all of the houses, and maybe you can go and view a house. So if you go to the real estate shop and there's a house you want to buy, before you purchase it, maybe the person working there can actually take you to go and see the house and can take you inside, so you know if you actually want to buy it or not, if you like it. And maybe they can kind of customize the insides of the houses a bit more, so they're not all just the same. Maybe the developers could do that, so they're all a bit more different, so that would actually make sense, because otherwise it wouldn't make sense, because all the houses are the same inside pretty much, or all the different house types anyway. But it could be very, very cool, to be honest, if they did something like that. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that in the comments. But the next one I want to talk about is actually a mayor role, a town mayor, a Liberty County town mayor. I don't know how this would work, but for private servers, this could be pretty cool. Maybe the mayor can actually work with the police and make public announcements and things. Maybe there's like a mayor's office, and maybe you can go and put in a note to the mayor or something, and they can read it and maybe do your suggestion. For example, maybe if this road's a 30 mile an hour, people can go and put in a note. Maybe you could actually like write something down on your keyboard and submit it as a note to the mayor in the mayor's office through a post box or something. That could be cool. Could make the postal workers actually take the mail to the mayor as well, if that makes sense. But bit of a side rant there. It would be cool if you, for example, didn't like the speed limit of a road, you could go and speak to the mayor about it, and then maybe the mayor of the town could change it. So if you don't want this to be a 40 and the town mayor agrees, they can lower it down to a 30. A lot of these roleplay jobs are only really useful for private servers, and some of them even so. For example, the mayor one, they don't make all too much sense, but they're a cool idea anyway, and you know, interesting job ideas. They're very, very interesting for sure. So I think a town mayor would be very cool for private servers, to be honest, like electing someone. That would be awesome. So yeah, again, let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. And the next one is a little bit of a strange one, but window cleaners. So a little bit of an unusual one to talk about, but just imagine, similar to how we have the street sweeper in the game, let me just make it daytime, similar to how we have a street sweeper in the game and there's actually dirt that shows up for you, maybe there's a window cleaner job, and maybe if you are on the window cleaner job, you'll see dirt showing up on the windows, or maybe on buildings that you can actually see through. For example, just here, for example, the repair shop, which we'll talk about next, is a very good, interesting job idea. Maybe these windows actually get dirty, and then you have to come up as a window cleaner to clean them up and make them actually visible to look through again. Or at the bank, that would be a cool job. Again, a little bit of a random job, but again, most of the jobs in here are random. If I said to you, yeah, they're going to add a barbershop job in ERLC. If I said that to you 3 years ago, you'd be like, well, no, shut up, you're lying. So it could be cool. It could be cool. And again, it's just them little things that add to the roleplay experience that overall make the game a little bit better. And the final thing I want to talk about, I just briefly hinted towards it, but it's actually probably my favorite in this video, and it is the repair shop job. So imagine being able to work on this job and it actually being slightly interactive. Now let me explain a little bit about this. So maybe if someone brings their car in because it's damaged or something, if you work here, you could actually fix it. Or maybe they could have AI cars that sort of drive in and you can actually like fix their tires, similar to how on the DOT team you can like repair someone's battery, or you can save someone that's stranded on the side of the road if their tire's flat or something and replace the tire. That would be cool if they added a similar system to that inside of the mod shop, where you can do custom repairs to people's vehicles, whether it be players or NPCs, it doesn't really matter, but it would be cool and definitely could be interesting. There's a lot they could do with that job, and I think a lot of people would like it as well, especially people that are heavily into cars. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on all of these ideas in the comments below. Is there any I didn't mention that you think would be cool in this game? Of course, we've got things like park rangers that could be added, but I didn't really want to speak about that in this video because it doesn't really make any sense. Park rangers, we've got the whole sheriff team and even a brand new sheriff hut at the bottom of High Rock Park in the new summer update part 3. So there's a lot of things I spoke about here. Let me know your thoughts on all of it in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. Drop a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!